Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's Tutorial Tuesday episode. Today, we're going to be going over the location settings on Haps. There's a few questions specifically about what happens to your location when you hit go live versus when you set it in a scheduled broadcast, etc. So, we're going to go ahead and review that a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and post the comment that was made to us and how we're going to go about answering it. So, there's a few things to take into consideration when answering this question. And just an FYI for those of you that are tuning in late, this is going to be a relatively quick episode. We're just going to be going over the location settings and why they are what they are. Why does it change? Why does it look the way it is? So without further ado, let me go ahead and get my window ready, and I'll start screen sharing so I can better show you all exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Alrighty, so let's go over here. Okay, so hey everyone, welcome. Hi Gemma, hi Karen, how's it going? So if you look at the comments, you'll see the question that is going to be answered for today. But in order to do so, I'm going to go ahead and start off by screen sharing. So here we are. We're looking at my profile right now. So you can see my first stream is some tests from earlier when we were doing some tests for some social platforms. This question was presented to us, and it starts with, when scheduling a broadcast, I choose a location, but when I broadcast, it's not always the location it puts up. So why is that? Well, let's go through it. So first off, when we schedule a stream, we get to select our location, right? So boom, I've selected my location, Los Angeles. However, if I hit go live, um, and you have this setting turned on. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my settings, go to broadcasting, and then real location. That is the setting. If you have the setting for real location on, it's going to automatically switch your location, whether it's a scheduled post or not, to your most closely identifiable location that you're pinging to the app via your location services. So if I say that I'm going to be in Los Angeles when I go live, but I'm actually um, um, in somewhere a different neighborhoods, like let's say I'm in West Hollywood. If West Hollywood is identifiable under our location settings, then when I actually hit go live, it's going to identify West Hollywood, not Los Angeles. So that's just something to keep in mind. Gemma's asking, I want to turn off location period. Can this be done? Yes. You can turn off location by hitting real location and turning it off. You cannot turn off the location in your profile. That's just our app is designed for your profile to identify where you're at, whether it's your city, your state, your country. You can be very broad. You don't have to be as specific to go all the way down to the city. So then the next question, when I broadcast live from Viveo, it puts that up, but I cannot select Viveo as a location when scheduling a broadcast. Am I missing something? So when you go to schedule a broadcast, there may be situations where you won't see the location that you're looking for. And the reason for that is because we use a relatively fitting and as accurate as possible location software. Essentially, it's like a third party, and we pull the data from them into Haps. So we do our best to update that as much as possible, but we're limited to how much they have, and updating that whenever they have updates. So there were some locations that were even more well known, even like a few months ago, that you couldn't find because we just didn't have that data yet. So now that we do have a lot more data, you can be a little bit more selective. You can select your city. You'll be able to find more cities, and you'll be able to search for a little bit more broad. So as you can see here, I can select the state of California as opposed to just the city of California. Gemma, to answer your question, that unfortunately is something that it's pretty much a bug. It happens from time to time. When it happens for when you're screen sharing, just stop the screen share and start the screen share again, and it should resolve it. It's something that the team will look into when they have time. Thanks for your help via email today, and thanks for this today. Yeah, of course, Carmen. Happy to help. Alrighty, so that is the overall explanation of why you're seeing certain things versus other things, and why your location may change based off of whether you're live, you're scheduled, or you're not live, and you have your real location turned on, etc. So if you want to turn off the real location, as mentioned earlier, you just have to go to your settings, go to broadcasting, and then here is real location. As mentioned, this will enable a location for you while you're streaming. So just keep that in mind, that will pop up when you're live. If you want to have real location off and you want your location to display as the location you have set, then just make sure that you turn off real location, but you make sure you have on show usernames, professions, and locations in the graphic. So if you turn this on, you can still share your location, but it's not going to be your real identifiable location. Those color options never work for me. Is that a thing for everyone? Also, can you turn off a real location? What color options are you talking about, Gemma? Yes, you can turn off real location on either mobile or your desktop. Can I get those settings in the iOS version, or is it only in browser? No, you can get them on your iOS version as well. The easiest way when trying to change those settings is to hit this settings wrench tool in your profile when you're in the mobile app. That's probably the fastest way to get to your settings. And then there's a drop down menu for each individual level. These are probably only available on desktop if you don't see them on mobile. Just FYI. Okay, so that's it. That's how locations work. That's how you can turn settings on and off. If you have any further questions, you can probably find the answers for that in our blog. Just go over to the Help Center, support.haps.tv, and you'll find a bunch of frequently asked questions that you can review, and you can also search for with keywords. So for this one, you can probably search location, and you'll get a couple of articles with questions that have answers. Yeah, so just something to keep in mind. Those color options on your screen now. Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't work. They work on desktop fine. If it's a issue, can you screenshot it? Aaron, what do you mean by we need to correct Long Island? And the comment from YouTube, I'm not understanding your question. Why do we have to make on our broadcast, we have to set up arrangement to broadcast? Why can't we just jump on it? Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not understanding that question. Aaron, what do you mean by fixing Long Island? Is there an issue with the way that it displays? Let me search. I see a few options for Long Island, so I can. Long Island City is not technically Long Island. I got a big lecture. I don't see Long Island City showing up here. Does it show up if I type in Long Island City? Oh, Long Island City, New York, USA. Is it just supposed to say Long Island, New York, USA? Let's see if that's true. It's not, according to Google. It's labeled fully as Long Island City, even though it's part of New York City. So you might want to go back and give that lecture right back at them. Not sure about that, but as I mentioned, we get our location services from people that do this. So yeah, I'm not sure what to tell you there. We can look into it, but quick Google search and I can clearly see Long Island City, comma New York City, comma New York, comma USA. So oh no, nope. If it's Al, I'm good. I'll just take his word for it. I'm all right. But all right. With that being said, that is it for our Tutorial Tuesday for today. Thank you all for joining. Who did join? If you have any further questions about locations, feel free to let me know. and we'll get to them as quickly as possible. You can email us at contact@haps.tv. My screen has gone blurry again. Or you can email me at pdelahoya@haps.tv. And we will see you all tomorrow for a Haps Takeover show with some cooking. So prepare for the yums. See y'all.